I know what you're thinking before you say anything at all. I need a haircut. No, but really, I've been gone for a while. I have been on, what do you want to call it, a vacation after I finished my latest game, Contra Ultimate, which thank you everyone for getting a copy of that game. And I'm going to tell you a whole bunch of, secrets and things you didn't know about the game, maybe some tips to help you out. Of course, all my games are available on my website, retrovideogames.store. People usually ask that sometimes, where can I get my games? Well, it's at the end of the video, and I'm just telling you again, retrovideogames.store. Some people have mentioned in the comments area, and they've even emailed me certain specific things about the game. Maybe they didn't understand some of the mechanics, or like I said, maybe just certain things that you didn't know, and that's why I'm here. I'm the creator. I always put these little subtle things in the game that people usually don't get. So the number one thing I think people were talking about was, Ed, why can't I shoot diagonal down like the original Contra? Well, that's because this is not a remake of the original Contra. This is Contra Force. And in Contra Force, there was no way to shoot diagonal down except by jumping. So it's got the traditional duck and shoot. But what you may not know is there is a cool little strategy involved with the character called Beans. Now, Beans is the second character that you can select in your lineup. He has the wave gun and he plants plastic explosives. But what he does is he's the only character that when you duck, he actually lies down on the ground. Now, the hit detection box that you can't see in the game, I'm letting you in on a little video game developer secret. Most of the things in the game you can't see, they're actually invisible. And the hit detection basically is a box. It's on the character when he ducks, and it makes an actual square. And that means anything that hits that square registers as the character being killed. But with Beans, it's different. When you lie down, now it's actually a thin rectangle that's a lot thinner than the original box. So the hit detection is quite low on it. Now, you can say, well, that can be used for dodging bullets or something like that a little bit easier, but what it's really for is specific stages, such as the energy zone stage. When the flamethrowers are spitting those flames out of the walls, he's the only character that can actually duck underneath them and not take any damage. Now, still sticking on the character Beans, and this may relate to the other characters as well, but mostly him. Now, his time bombs are arguably the worst sub-weapon in the game. Like, they're way better than the original, and that's what I want people usually to do, is to compare my games, like the improvements that I made to the games to the original, how much more better they were, because it was horrible in the original one. So he plants 2 explosives maximum, and then you have to wait for them to explode, which takes about a second or two, and they do the biggest blast radius out of all the sub-weapons. But maybe what you didn't know is they deal the most damage to bosses and sub-bosses. So for example, if you have the tank sub-boss on the snowfield stage, if you just run right up to the tank and just start planting these plastic explosives, he's going to be dead in a matter of seconds. So, and then also, if you can use them on specific bosses, they will deal more damage to them as well. Now, how about the nuke explosion, or what I like to call the Death Blossom, which I got that name from the old school movie. If you actually know the name of that movie, type it in the comments down below, and I will give you 1,000 retro points for just knowing what movie I'm referencing with that one. But anyway, with the Death Blossom, what you may not know is not only does it destroy things all over the screen of whatever it touches, but it also destroys most projectiles, most bullets and everything. There are some boss ones that I thought were just a little bit too powerful for it to be destroyed, but I'd say about 90 to 95% of the projectiles in the game will be destroyed by Death Blossom as well. So just another good quick tip on that one. Now, another thing I knew people were going to ask me before even the game was even completed, and that is, Ed, is the traditional Contra code in the game? Well, I don't know. You might be able to try it on the keyboard on the title screen, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And the last thing I want to talk about is certain ads that I've added to the game afterwards. So the newest version of the game is 1.1 now, And so I fixed a couple of bugs in the game, and I was actually very surprised. The game, when I launched the game, it was actually very, very solid. And so I didn't really have to fix many bugs. There's pretty much only one that I did have to fix on the moving platforms. When you switch characters, the character will go up into the sky, and then the new character won't come down, and then you kind of get stuck after that. I mean, you could just quit the game and start over or whatever, yeah, it's a little game breaking at that point, and I can't believe I let that one slip by me. I remember testing it before and it worked fine, and then it always happens whenever you come out with a game. If somebody finds something, and I think to myself, oh my god, how could I let that one go by, right? But I'm just one guy, so I'm actually quite amazed that even the games are launched I'd say 99% bug free. But also, I like to add little things to it as well. So not only just fix the bugs, but somebody came out with good suggestions, and I do like some suggestions. Type them in the comments down below. Something within reason, though. Don't completely, people come up with crazy stuff that like just restructures the entire game, or just completely breaks the game experience. It just can't be done, right? Something within reason. And somebody came up with me with some good ideas. They emailed me, and one of the ones that I liked that I implemented into the version 1.1, so the new one, is that if you grab the Medi Pack and one of your characters are dead, it will give you that character back. But when all of your characters are alive, it doesn't do anything. As a matter of fact, you can't even pick it up. So he said, why not make it where you actually get the barrier again? So you get the force field bubble around you, which is kind of like a reward system for making it that far in that stage without any of your guys dying. And I go, that's good. That doesn't break the game. I could totally put that in. So I did, and I tried it out, and works fine to me. So anything else that anybody may suggest, put it in the comments down below or email me. So that's it. I know it's been a long time since I did a video, but to tell you the honest truth, getting it out and getting this many games out is burning me out. So I really, really needed to take a break. And I technically still am on break, but I needed to come up with this follow-up video to explain some things maybe about Contra Force that you didn't know, and address some of the concerns that people have with it as well. Also, what people ask me is what are like the next games that I'm working on, and slowly I'm getting back to it. But if you've watched my videos before, you know that the next game that I'm working on is the legendary Castlevania Dracula X Rondo of Blood remake, which looks spectacular, by the way, and that will take a while to come out, because Contra Force, I think, was the longest game I had in development. It took me well over a year. It was almost like a year and a half, I think, in development. Castlevania will take very long as well, but it'll be worth it, though, because that one I am really emphasizing on the detail of the game. Not to mention that I want to make it longer. I want to add stages that aren't even in the original game, etc., etc. So thanks a lot, everybody. I hope you understand if I don't come out with a lot of videos, or I don't talk to people on social media, or I'm just not on social media a lot. I have to rest my brain, so to speak. So thanks a lot for everyone who is playing the games. I love it. I love to see you guys enjoy yourself with what I have created. And if you want to see more videos, you know what to do. Click over there, hit that thumbs up button, and if you're not a subscriber, I would love to see you subscribe and be a part of the R3 Games family. Click over there, and that's it. I'm out, and I'll see you guys next time.